describe the influence of Sir Alex's famous speeches and the concept of Fergie time?
Yeah, well, the gaffer is totally different, isn't he? I mean, he was a unique character, obviously a winner in that. He was also a father figure to many of us. I think what the legacy he has built, there was no gray area with Sir Alex. It was black or white. You either come on board, you deliver the level, the consistency about the football club, what you represent, and he asks you to be at your best every time. He demands greatness. He demands from his players week in, week out. And I think that's a unique ability to kind of have that sort of consistency from your players. He set the tone, he set the example, and he expects his players to follow. I think also he's built his legacy on never give up. You know, you never know. It takes a second to score a goal. And so he embedded that philosophy, that mindset within the players to keep going when teams feel like they can get a point, we can win the game. And so he drives you forward every time. So that's why that sort of legacy is very unique.
How did this inspire you as a coach?
Well, I've been lucky enough to play under the greatest manager in British football. And although the game has moved on in different aspects, but some of the fundamentals that Sir Alex Ferguson had brought to this team is some of the things I will always take. And those desire to win football matches and to commit to the sport and to have a belief in your mindset, you know, and the things I still speak to him to this day about. I can't be Sir Alex. I can't be Pep Guardiola. I can only be Dwight York. You know the game. You play the game at the highest level. Now it's the management side that you have to manage and influence who in and around you. Also to build, you know, that culture in the football club, that winning mentality, and to change the narrative of how people think and how they approach the game. That is part of my responsibility of being a head coach. And that's what I will take into my coaching philosophy to get these players to believe in themselves a lot more.
You were believing in the coach and yourselves. How can you drive the players to believe in the coach?
Well, first, as a player, because I've got the experience as a player, so I can relate that to the players. Now, as a coach, it's my time to then influence, what you call influence, or to get them to believe in what we are doing here is the correct way to do it. You have to have the full support of the players to make sure that they understand what you are trying to get them to do. That's the biggest challenge of the coach. And I think with your playing career, there are some similarity there that the players can understand what you are trying to explain to them.
With all the changes with the football world, do you think being a coach now is harder than the previous era?
No, not really. I think it's much more easier.
Really?
I think the expectation of, people wanting success more, the owners and the chairman and the CEO, the fans want immediate success.
Yeah, but when it comes to the players, the mentality of players changed?
No, I think there is a process, because when a new manager comes in, yes, you can bring new energy to the football team. But in terms of your playing style, you know, you got to have to assess the players, what type of players, what level they're at. And also they got to buy into your way of thinking and your way of style of play. So there's a combination there. The reality is that there is more accessibility, better facilities, better coaches, more database, more sports science. All of these things are more easy accessible to the players. Back in the days when we were playing, you didn't have those databases. The sports science is a big factor of it. How far they're running, how fit they are. You know, you get into watch teams, you can break teams down a lot more, seeing players' strengths, see their weaknesses. So there is a lot there that players now can, to their advantage. And so it's my duty as the head coach. Also, we have bigger staff backing, so the players have more accessibility to a lot more information than when we were playing. So I think as a manager, it's much more easier. But the difference is you have to produce the goods. You have to have more W's, more wins, rather than losses.
It's a process. It doesn't happen.
It takes a process,
yeah.
but the problem is how long would you be given to have that process then delivered? And that's the speed of management now. That is the difference. That now you have a shorter time to deliver success to these teams.